Good afternoon, ladies and gents. Big Mike back here with you once again. And today I have the results/recap of this past Saturday's Slamiversary event. And boy, oh boy, it was so good. And I'm so glad so many more eyes are on the Impact product. They deserve it. Now, let's get into the action as the first match of the night goes to the Rascals Open Challenge. And it was answered by someone, a team I wasn't expecting, the Motor City Machine Guns. That's right, Sabin and Shelley are back, and they picked up a big win. Now, I did say in my predictions this was going to be Slater and Rhino. They do eventually, at least in a backstage segment, reconnect, but that's going to be a storyline going forward. So I'm going to take this as a loss, sadly. So 0-1 so far. Next up is the TNA World Heavyweight title match between Moose and Tommy Dreamer. This was an Extreme Rules match, and it featured kendo sticks and thumbtacks and all kinds of just craziness. Moose ended up retaining after a big old spear, and that's 1-1 to the good guy. And it was also a pretty good match. Next up was the Gauntlet for the Gold match for the number one contendership for the Knockouts title. I thought this would turn into a number one contendership tag match for the revived Knockouts tag team titles. Sadly, that wasn't the case. However, Kylie Ray did end up getting the victory. And there was a return in that, but it's not someone I really like. I'm sorry. Sorry, RVD. Your girl's not great. So that is 2-1 to the good guy. Thumbs up there. Next up, X Division action as Chris Bay challenges Willimack for the X Division title. This was a great high-flying affair. This was probably one of the better X Division matches I've seen in a little while. No interference, thankfully, and no big return here. But it was still a really good match, and Chris Bay with the victory, 3-1. In between these matches, there was a segment where Heath Slater got on the mic and asked to be signed, kind of his post-2016 WWE draft gimmick, which I did enjoy. And then backstage, he ran into Rhino, but then Scott D'Amore pretty much told him, we didn't really sign you, so you need to leave. And then, Tuesday on Impact, we did see someone let Heath Slater in. I don't, because Rhino was involved with Hernandez over an arm wrestling match. Don't laugh. Don't you laugh. Anyway, next up, tag team titles are on the line as the North defend against Ken Shamrock and Sami Callihan. This was a great little match. I do really like both sides. However, the North just had Callihan and Shamrock's number. There were teases of Callihan and Shamrock turning on each other, but they worked really well. North picked up the victory, so that is 4-1 to this guy. And then afterward, the North cut a promo saying, we're the best tag team in Impact today. Out comes the Guns. That's right, the Motor City Machine Guns come back out. Pretty much announced that it will be the Guns versus the North on Tuesday for Impact for the titles. And spoiler alert, the Guns won. So I'm all for this. Impact really rebuilt their tag team division, and it's going to be looking good going forward. All right, next up, singles match for the Knockouts Championship. And it was Deonna Purrazzo challenging Jordani Grace. And Purrazzo, big old win by submission. That's 5-1. One of the best knockouts matches I've ever seen. Sorry, all other knockouts, you're really good too. But this was perfect match. Purrazzo winning by submission. New knockouts champion. And last but not least, the Fatal 4-Way. We have Eddie Edwards, Ace Austin, and Trey of the Rascals, and a mystery opponent who was revealed to be Rich Swann. So I get a loss there for predicting it wrong. However, that was Rich has been out with injury for a while, and he said in a promo early on in the night that once he did come back, he has his eyes set on the world title. So here we are. However, that was not the end of the surprises, as we saw the return of Eric Young, clean-shaven, bald as a cue ball, saying, "I want in." This is now a 5-way. And they let it happen. Apparently this was an elimination match. I wasn't so sure about that, but apparently that was announced on the Impact before Slamiversary, so that was cool. The winner, however, the two last men standing were Eddie Edwards and Ace Austin, and Eddie Edwards got the victory. After the match, Ace Austin and his monster, Madman Fulton, formerly of OVE, decided to attack Edwards, which brought out the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. They cleaned house, and Tuesday on Impact, Ace and Fulton kind of got their revenge with their allies, Reno Scum. Who, the following week, we're going to have a tag match between those four. So that's going to be good. That's a 5-3 record for me on Impact Wrestling. That was a whole lot of fun. And again, like I said, so glad Impact is now getting more eyes on their product. They deserved it. They worked hard to get the old Impact / TNA stink off of them. And they feel like a brand new company. And it shows in these results. So, I hope you had a good time listening to me give my results. It was a very, very good pay-per-view. There were some technical issues they need to work on, but overall, thumbs up for me. So that's it for me. Hopefully you guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.